me I say, them said the Prime Minister in Jamaica, they shut down Jamaica for 6 days straight and go in a prayer meeting and repent.
But we must have national discipline now. We have to change our mindset. You see, the mindset that we hold on to, the world has already outgrown it. And if we don't break it now, we will continue to walk backwards into the future with our eyes wide shut.
Yesterday, you recall that the leader of the opposition posed a question to me after my statement to Parliament, pretty much asking, why would we release 150 million US dollars?
He said that the government is going to take 150 million US and lend it to JPS. I asked him, so what about the other 200 million US? Are we going to ensure there's a plan?
So how will we pay for the Jamaica we say we want? And that's a question we've avoided for far too long. You see, Hurricane Melissa has now ended our ability to pretend.
With food items. So myself and Chris journeyed to Lewistown in St. Elizabeth to do what we can to assist. The Labour Ministry has...
Leave me live in a realms! Leave me live in a realms! Anything we not see in a rainbow other people life, a phone life, we not look upon. Because for some reason, we never see people in the realm when they have money, them not talk about.
So over in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we see where they have an upcoming election, my people. And we see where the sitting Prime Minister, Ralph Gonsalves, would make the opposition know that if them talk up them mouth, he might go bring forth Popcaan for the campaigning performance, my people. And if them talk too tough, when them win, he might go bring forth Vybz Kartel. And it would seems as him uphold him argument, as we see where Popcaan was over there performing and shelling the stage, my people. I want you to take a look at this. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and also click the notification, my people. Check out what the unruly boss I deal with. Say, my people, that are the unruly boss, you know, and when it comes down to the unruly boss, you can't say what you say as it relates to him recent album, say, oh, it not sell this and it not sell that, and the devils know what. But when it comes down to Popcaan, you can't deny that him have a very decent catalog of hits, my people, and you would see it on full display right here. So that is Popcaan, the unruly boss, over in a St. Vincent, my people. And also as it relates to the likes of Jamaica, boy, I mean, see a deadly crash on a highway, just news that is just in, my people. It is not even confirmed like how much people lost them life, but I see some images where they are showing that bodies are on the ground and so forth, my people. Very unfortunate incident, and we get to understand that it's on Highway 2000 in Jamaica, my people. Jaja know. I am not sure what really are the cause of it and so forth, but and I'm not going to try to be too judgmental. As soon as we get like more information, we will relay that to my people. But according to what we are seeing at this moment, at that are going and what are going. And as we see what going in our Western Jamaica, my people, that's where it has now been confirmed that at least 90 suspected cases of Leptospirosis, my people, some has already been confirmed, and at least 11 deaths, my people. Jaja know. The thing I get really serious. We see where the health minister, Dr. Christopher Tufton, would have basically step out and give an update as it relates to what is going on, my people. Check it out.
Record 91 suspected probable or confirmed cases of the disease, with 10 PCR confirmed cases. That is a testing, which is the gold standard of testing for this kind of illness. 11 deaths, 3 of which are confirmed leptospirosis deaths. And the indication from the team, this is the EPI team collecting the data from our centennial sites across the country, is that the increase in suspected or confirmed cases is taking place at a decreasing rate. Now, what's the ray of hope in that? Is that we are expecting, therefore, that it will taper off and then hopefully decline to what would be more in keeping with the average rates in the country.
So yeah, people, that is a Christopher trying to be optimistic about the situation, but the reality is a very serious thing going on, my people. You get to me and say, me hopeful as well, and wish and I envision the day when we actually overcome them things and return back to normalcy and get back the life to where we used to in our western Jamaica, from St. Elizabeth right back to Hanover, Westmoreland, St. Speed, my people, St. James, and also Trelawney. You get to me and say, yeah, man. But very unfortunate. RIP and condolences to the family of the ones them where lose them life, my people. But you don't know how that are going and what are going at this moment. And also, we see where the likes of Mark Golin and Daryl Vybz is at loggerheads over a government loan to the JPS of $150 million, my people. So what you are going now? We see where, in Parliament, Daryl Vybz announced that the loan will be given to JPS, and Mark Golin has questions stating that overall it is said that the JPS need about $350 million to basically bring up back the power grids them for everything. They return back to normalcy as it relates to getting electricity in the western end of the island, my people. So it's stating that since Daryl Vybz is proposing that $150 million will be loaned to JPS, where is the other $200 million is going to come from? However, we see where it caused a big ruckus because Daryl Vybz did not state that Mark Golin is heartless for ask that as he would want to return back energy to electricity to a lot of the residents who are currently in darkness at this moment, and him will do whatever it takes. So, we're going to take a listen at Daryl Vybz and then we'll listen to what Mark Golin is saying, and then we can have an argument and see if we can get an understanding where the opposition leader and the minister is coming from, my people. Check it out.
Yesterday, you recall that the leader of the opposition posed a question to me after my statement to Parliament, pretty much asking, why would we release $150 million to the JPS without the JPS satisfying us that they have the ability to raise the additional $200 million that they would need? And my simple answer was that the people want light. And if I can get a deal where I can lend them $150 million and bring forward the restoration of power in the most affected areas by the end of January, early February, as against April, May, and possibly June, which is a projected timeline of the JPS, then I'm still at a loss as to how he could expect a responsible government to wait for a full financial package, which will take months to conclude and finalize, and not go ahead with the money that the government is prepared to lend on specific terms, which secures the government and the people of Jamaica and the taxpayers, whichever way the situation goes. They have a 5-year loan. If they get a license, a new license, they can raise capital and pay us back in 2 years when the license would be renewed.
Say, my people, so that is Daryl Vybz, and by my understanding of what he's saying, he's stating that JPS is predicting that under normal circumstances in the middle of next year before a lot of places get back energy and so forth. However, he is stating that that is too far off. You see it? So him feel like say anything to speed up the process, him a go do it. So that $150 million can speed up the process and make the current be returned and at the latest like January, February, my people. You get to me, I say, however, Mr. Mark Golden is stating that his question is logical because he would still want to know what where that money is coming from, my people. Check it out.
Today in House of Representatives, Minister Daryl Vybz told us that JPS needs $350 billion US to restore the electricity grid so that people can get electricity. He said that the government is going to take $150 million US and lend it to JPS. I asked him, so what about the other $200 million US? Are we going to ensure there's a plan that puts that money in place before we risk our 150 so that the full 350 that he said is the amount required is available to JPS? At that point, he went on a tirade, calling people bad mind, heartless, and all kind of foolishness. It was a simple question, it was a logical question, and it's a question they need to answer. Because we need the grid fixed. We need it fixed as quickly as possible. It's going to cost $350 million US to do it. Only $150 million is on the table. What's the government's solution for that gap? Simple.
So, my people, so that is what is being said in here. You get to me? I say, so, at the end of the day, in my view, me just try to get the understanding of what both of them are saying. I understand what Daryl Vybz is saying because at the end of the day, if me in a darkness at this moment, the only thing me I focus on, I feel like return. I don't really care how it return as long as it returns. So if the government has the funds we can contribute to that, surely only can actually show it out and make things happen. However, I understand Mark Golden's question as well, you know, because you don't want to push out the funds and then you hear say, boy, this money we're given can meet the full amount of requirements and so forth, and then the money spent up and then you can't, the rest of money is needed and then everybody in a confusion and so forth. However, Daryl is basically stating that in order to get the whole of the funds, $350 million, it will take months. So, you know, better just go and lend them where you have and go and do what you do until that happens. So I don't know what I want to think the people about these two arguments and who you know agree with and so forth. So let me hear what I say in the comment section. So we see at least two government officials. We are talking about the likes of Abka Fitzenley and Christian Tavares. We see where the man them did run $1.3 million out of them pocket buy some care packages and them thing there. And me commend them for that. And we see where them basically reach out and put on a bridge in a roof and like in baby mother and so forth my people, and you know when I see them put it on them platform and I say, well, this is nice and me happy, I like.
The attention of myself and my colleague Senator Christian Tavares Finson was brought to the case of Johan McPherson and Anicia McCray and their son CJ badly impacted by Hurricane Melissa. They appeal in the newspapers for assistance, including tarpaulin or perhaps zinc, they mentioned, and packages to include food items. So myself and Chris journeyed to Lewistown in St. Elizabeth to do what we can to assist. The Labour Ministry has a system which is pretty effective at finding Jamaicans in need and ensuring that assistance gets to them, but no system is perfect, and therefore it is important that the media highlights stories such as this and we can ensure that more help gets the people who are actually in need. I want to commend my former media colleague as well, Tanisha Mundle, who I contacted, and after getting their permission, she was kind enough to put me in touch with Johan and Anicia. The government is fully aware that there are still many Jamaicans who are suffering from the impact of Hurricane Melissa. We're confident that step by step we can bring greater convenience and assistance to as many Jamaicans as possible.
Because me personally, I pray the politician them, you know, people, because but that's where we as average Jamaicans, you know, people in the diaspora, artists and them thing there, can basically go so boom and take out funds out of them pocket, find time for buy food or materials and whatever and make donations. But when I see the politicians, them do that. All me hear about is government millions and billions and trillions and whatever. But me just I wonder if what is going on is just a business for them and them just see it as them job, and there is no human side where you can take a piece of food out of the how much in percentage I raise you wanna get, and buy something put on a roof, and or buy some care packages or whatever, and say my personal money do this outside the politics and so forth. My people, it's like them just lucky in pan government fund to me it's like them forget the humanity part of things, my people. So me have to big up them to youth because them me see do a thing outside government funds, and if other ones do it and me not really see it, I just say it go still. Big up on yourself too, even though una for the on camera do it, because when una look vote una out on camera as early as morning and as late in the night. So this is not something where political officials supposed to do and hide. So me just wonder my people, I don't know if me wrong, but me just say me see everybody a show about me and you and the common man. Some are we not even rich like them politicians here. But me not see them a show about nothing personally. All me hear about is government funds. So me I wonder what happened to feed them personal money, my people. You see. Also, we see where the likes of the beautiful Lisa Anna would drive some sense in our people head and make them know the raw truth about Jamaica going forward. Because oftentimes when it comes down to Jamaica, everybody want the best for Jamaica. We see it on social media, everybody have the most solutions in a comment section, but 99% of it is not ready for the conversation as to how what we are proposed will happen. She is basically stating that it's not going to happen with unruly behavior, and free-for-all behavior and so forth, because she's stating that, the developed countries, them where we look up to and so forth, all of them basically run a particular way to make that type of thing happen. Very logical reasoning from Miss Lisa and my people. No, I can't believe that she even left out of politics, because them type of views are needed in the parliament. Check this out.
So how will we pay for the Jamaica we say we want? And that's a question we've avoided for far too long. You see, Hurricane Melissa has now ended our ability to pretend. She tore away our excuses. It exposed the truth that we've tiptoed around for decades, that Jamaica has been building its future on hope, luck, taking for granted the good weather that we have. Not on resilience, not on productivity, and certainly not on shared national responsibility. And what storms like Melissa are not just weather events, they're x-rays, revealing what we've built well, what we've not, what we've ignored, and the choices that we refuse to make. Because for decades, poverty remained hidden until disaster ripped the curtain off again. But this time, the entire country saw it. The fragile houses, the precarious lives, the people one gust of wind away from losing everything. And as a former MP, I walked those communities. I would help the same families year in, year out, repeatedly, with housing assistance, because we just don't have systems built to give strong support where that is necessary. It's not that they lacked strength. It's just that we now don't have the systems. And the truth is, we shouldn't be surprised as to what has happened with Melissa, because in 40 years, Jamaica has been devastated by storms like Gilbert, like Ivan, Dean, Beryl, and now her, each one more destructive than the last. And climate models say that the storms in the Caribbean are going to get even more intense, 30 to 50% more. And when you have a vulnerable family who even just has a gust of rain or bad wind, they can lose everything. And sometimes it takes them 4 to 7 years to recover, if they ever do. So I wrote something very uncomfortable on Sunday. You can scroll back and read it. Because no nation can survive that cycle. No nation should accept it. And what I'm about to say is very uncomfortable. You might not want to hear what I'm going to say. Because, Jamaicans are demanding better, safer homes, stronger safety nets, dignity in disaster relief, government urgency. And they are right. But these demands force the uncomfortable question I've been asking. How will we pay for the Jamaica we say we want? Because everything we want, resilience, dignity, protection, costs money, real money. The Inter-American Development Bank and the World Bank, estimates that Melissa caused about 8.8 billion in damage, US dollars. That's 41% of our GDP in 2024. Almost half of a year's economy vanished in a couple of hours. And the aftershocks, you see what the aftershocks are. Loss of income, ruined crops, weakened and devastated infrastructure. And that's going to go on. But if we're serious about creating a resilient Jamaica, we must also confront the realities that are shaping us at the moment. And so I've repeated and long says that we need to, grow our economy. I've given solutions for that, but that's going to take time and investment, and we don't have time. But there's some realities shaping us, which puts us in a culture that is not urgent. So let us take remittances. In 2021, they were more than 25% of our GDP. Today, they're still 19%, making us one of the most remittance-dependent countries in the region. I mean, in COVID, when tourism shut down, it was a remittance, for foreign exchange from remittances that kept us going. But nearly 70% of what we get in remittances goes to consumption, not investment. And households relying heavily on overseas support are one phone call away from getting money because they might not be working, often don't participate in the formal economy, not because they're lazy, but because they may have no opportunity to get a job, or a job doesn't exist for them. And so the question is no longer if Jamaica must change, it's what kind of change we're prepared to pursue, pay for, and uphold. Because you see the countries that we admire, that we talk about, free healthcare, Sweden, Denmark, and all of the social safety nets that they have, Norway, Finland, they didn't stumble into fairness or resilience. They built it through contribution, productivity, and accountability. So, for example, Sweden's tax to GDP, that ratio is 41%. I mean, you hear some Jamaicans say, boy, I may not pay that out of my work. Come in and say, what may I pay for? Their tax to GDP ratio is nearly double ours. But their system works because people see the results and because everyone has obligations, not just rights. So in Sweden, unemployment benefits require job seeking and training. In Denmark, welfare recipients must join activation programs. And in Finland, benefits come with personal responsibility agreement. Them not gonna give you nothing unless you give back something. Yeah, so the thing's set over there. So. And these societies operate on the understanding that benefits must be matched by national duty. Yeah, duty. And this is what Jamaica must confront, because nothing in those societies is free. Nothing. Because they realize that compassion has a cost, dignity has a cost, security has a cost. And their systems work because citizens accept that strong social protections require strong personal responsibility. So you can't demand world-class services while avoiding the obligations that sustain them. Now contrast that with Jamaica. Our tax to GDP ratio appears similar to some of the richer countries. Our tax revenue per person, though, is much lower. And so this limits our ability to fund essential services and resilience projects. And I can just hear some people say, boy, at least I'm not paying no more tax. And we don't want to increase tax. I'm not suggesting that. But I'm just showing you the realities. Because disaster recovery consumes a large share of our annual budget, and it forces us to choose between rebuilding and development. And those pressures are worsened by decades of low productivity growth in our Jamaican society. We have among the lowest productivity in the Caribbean, and the reality is that only 10% of Jamaican homes meet climate resilient standards. And Melissa exposed that weakness brutally. So let me be clear. We can't demand first world services with our levels of productivity. The math simply doesn't balance. So if we want stronger homes, climate protection, if we want dependable public services, we must accept that resilience requires revenue, and revenue requires shared responsibility. Not just the wealthy, not just the diaspora, not just government, all of us. A society that expects high quality services must be a society to embrace productivity, duty, and national discipline. And transformation requires not just a government willing to change, but a people at all levels From the working class to the middle to owners of capital, all people willing to change with it. So Melissa has already rewritten our past. We can't go back there. But the cost of our future is productivity. It's a change in mindset. What have we all done lately? That's why I guess everybody's showing what they're doing on social media. But the only thing standing between us and the Jamaica we deserve is our own self-sabotaging inertia. The excuses, the low expectations. Oh, me not getting a care package. I could go on. And yes, I'm the first one to tell you that the least among us must be taken care of. But we must have national discipline now. We have to change our mindset. You see, the mindset that we hold on to, the world has already outgrown it. And if we don't break it now, we will continue to walk backwards into the future with our eyes wide shut, and Jamaica will be left behind.
Same people, so ones may see a lot of ones may see it as coming hard and coming down hard on poor people, and ones contributing to tax and so forth. I think we as Jamaicans are like, but we like the whole tax conversation and demands tax money and so forth. But ones are too believing in them tax. And the reason why me can look on it and agree with Lisa Anna is the fact that me that observe Jamaicans and realize if a Jamaican when a Jamaican dey on the ground and so forth, him rebel against everything where the government them are deal with, whether PNP or JLP. If tax propose on certain things, them rebel against it. But as soon as them take the plane and go US, England, France, anywhere in the world, them fall in line with people and basically work with the system to build up that particular country, but them now have the same energy for them country. So Lisa Anna tell them the right would say the mentality there, where a man just catch up a thing, yes, and this and so forth. Hurricane Melissa has shown a clear and plain say that is not going to work. You get to me and say, we have a different mindset towards building Jamaica, or else it'll go be the same thing when another disaster hit. Anyways, we also see where the likes of one Kevin would step out and defend the likes of Vybz Kartel against the so-called prophet them people. You see, a long time I don't see Kevin out here in the algorithm. Since I don't see no whole heap of footer hype live, I don't see Kevin either. But I actually see the reasoning from him where I go off and the man them where I predict say, or say God give them dream and vision, say this are going to happen to Cartel and that are going to happen. Take a listen to what Kevin is saying.
See, Lady Star was a slack artist. But Lady Star turn her life around and get forgiveness. Wanna give her forgiveness. We have how much pastor, we are child molester, woman beater, rum drinker, murderer, rapist, molest all them own pitney. And them get forgiveness.
Jesus.
Don't you not go say, Lizards and Cartel, God give forgiveness. The Bible said, judge not. But the Christian them nowadays wanna judge more than what the Bible, the judge in a court judge. The Bible said, judge not.
Them own jurisdiction and execution.
The Bible itself wanna have in our hand, said, judge not, And the same Bible look around and tell you if the one man where they are so now, we're clean, cast the first stone pan Cartel. Because all we have a closet. Our Cartel closet may be cleaner than our one. The truth are the truth. The man closet may be cleaner than some of we one.
Yeah, you touch some topic of people afraid of me. I say, I have a brave heart, my teacher.
Eh?
Jesus Christ.
Brother, no boy.
God alone knows I see one.
Dirty boy. We are come talk about in the realm. Your mama in the realm, boy. The gun where you see select in the realm, it a go turn for you. Remember when me tell you, I rum you see it in anything we not see in a rainbow other people life, a phone life, we not look upon. Because for some reason, we never see people in the realm when they have money, them not talk about. But we always, when I want to see world dog, Wanna see, wanna run and say, yeah, world dog, this and him that. Wanna see, as long as your name a call, wanna find something to say about the people them.
As long as them dip on the spotlight.
But what you not, you what?
I say, not sure what to think about Kevin's argument. He's stating that leave all judgment to God when me really scale down what he's saying, my people. I see it. And speaking of prophet and prophetess, you know, this brethren is stating that he's not really that he's not even a Christian, but Jah give him a vision and state that Andrew only should lock down the country for 6 days and have it on a strict prayer and fasting, or else this or that are going to happen. And if you don't want to hear this or that where are going to happen, take a listen at this.
In Jamaica, we shut down Jamaica. Yeah, what I'm saying, I don't know if I catch everything, but I'm going to cut it short because I don't know nothing about the internet business. The only thing I say, them said the Prime Minister in Jamaica, we shut down Jamaica for 6 days straight and go in a prayer meeting and repent. The father said if you don't do it, and don't ignore that one, him not have no turn back, him go complete him journey. The man said the whole of Popcaan I go sink under earth, under water. The man say the man say a cross go come a man to go be like a gateway, and when that gateway come, is the earthquake open the place. Everything where that place will open, I go just go down that hole. So Jamaica people, my brethren, and my brother and my sister. Boy, trust me, it's not normal. It's not normal. I say I have to jump out of my sleep, brother. Because I don't know if I see things real or it now go happen, but when I get the vision from the Father himself. Me is not a Christian really, but I believe in the Almighty Father. You know see it? You know see it? Me believe in the great man who create everything all around me and make we can live and have a happy life. You know see it? But the main important thing the man said Jamaica people take what happened for a joke. And if them take it for a joke, and when him ready to come back again, him not have no stop, I go stop until him complete him journey. So Jamaica people, listen I and I, right? I don't know who will follow me or what have you, but you're not going to see me on this thing again. And just one vision me get to go, Jamaica people, right? And I hope somebody can tag and make the Prime Minister get this and lock down the country and go in a repent prayer meeting the whole country. Gunman, thief, criminal, rapist, everybody. If you don't do it, my brother and sister, a judgment. And when I say a judgment, it's not pretty. 1,000 hours going come off of the earth there. 1,000 hours. Just like him say, him can stop it from happening. But if the only way I'm going to stop it, unless we, as Jamaican people, repent, because him said too much wickedness are going on the island. And we know that. Him said too much wickedness in the police system. And we know that. Right? So we know things were going on. But true, we are like a small fish. We can't do nothing much. So if we talk, we get analyzed. You see what I mean? So Jamaica people don't sit down. So anybody can make this reach out to the Prime Minister. It no matter where I do, no matter how busy he is. Our freedom, our life, our pitney, our grand pitney, our pitney, we are come upon this earth, we are protected. You see what I do with brother and sister? So, no make a politician, and no opposition leader, and no MP, and no leader, telling us, say, nothing now happen. Me not go say, this is what I say to people. I not say it go happen, you know, virgin. But are the vision when we get delivered. And if I don't do it, my brethren, yeah, if I don't do this thing, it's going to depend on my shoulder. Because I get the vision to deliver. And I say, I am not a Christian, but I believe in the great Father. So, my brother and my sister come together, you know, see it? And, look in certain things, and, make this reach the Prime Minister to save yourself and save your youth. And saving a youth. You understand, brethren? Because it's not pretty. Because the man say, if you don't repent, what will happen, it's not going to pretty. and I'm not going to stop until in completing journey. So, boy, John know that. John know. You know? Boy, me love when I don't still, you know, but we know we are going with, we know we. No me, definitely myself and other people, clean-hearted people. The people them who know them and do them wrong. You know, just buck up on yourself and looking on the life and looking on yourself, brother. You know, see it? You don't have to do certain things to live and survive. You know, see it? Because when things happen bad, some people, when I say to myself then, or when I say to the whole Jamaica people, when I start out, right? People might say, boy, they don't believe my story when I say, but it's not me make it up. I get it from the great I man. You see where I come from, Dada? So at that, I try to tell the people that right now, me no make up nothing or when me get, and if me don't deliver this thing message or when me get, or anything happen, me feel like it will rest on my shoulder. Cause me get that message to deliver. You know, see it? It's not about the people them, it's the government in the country me get it for get. You know, see, but me I share it with the people them for make it reach the government in the country. And lock down the country, and Jamaica supposed to go down a fasting for 6 days straight. And that the man said me for tell you now. And the man said, "For no, don't do it, brethren. Don't do it. The cross will happen in a man to go be here. It's like a big gate to open up. Everything are going like that. And you are my brother, my sister. You're the life for some sister. You're the life to get a message for deliverer, and you keep it by yourself. You're the selfish. You see what I doing? You're the selfish. You know, see it? So me get the message, virgin. So I deliver it. So I eat that, virgin. I eat that.
So yeah, my people, that is the likes of what the Virgin is saying as it relates to Andrew Wallace and the predictions and all of that. You know, man say earthquake and them unfortunate thing there. I gonna be fall the island if them now take heed and if them now fast 6 days and so forth. Not sure what are your thoughts and your views though. Do you think that I agree with what he's saying? I feel like he's a man who just eat up some whole heap of food, full up in belly of rice and peas of chicken and drink up one big jug of juice. Like when we see Able Boss I do over on TikTok and full up in belly before I go in bed and have a bad dream. I just feel like the dream applicable to the entire Jamaica. I don't want to think, my people. Big up on yourself and bless up on yourself still. As usual, I'll catch you in another one.